So I saw the movie. And this video isn't gonna be like a deep breakdown on every single, little thing that was in the movie or anything like that. It's just gonna be my point of view on things, because I've just seen a lot of people talking about, hey, if you're watching this movie, you're not a Christian. If you're doing this, you're not a Christian. If you are doing this, you are a Christian. If you're not doing this, you are a Christian. But let me just explain. So I only saw the first trailer, knew nothing about the movie, and then I went to go see it like a few days ago. And even as I was watching it, I was like, there's two freaky scenes, and I was like, I don't know about this. But overall, the film is beautifully crafted. It's actually a really good film. Would I say should Christians watch it? No. But just like with everything else, you can still learn something from the movie. And I'm not gonna be, bashing other people that have seen it, that have already seen it, or still planning on seeing it, even though I don't even know who's gonna be watching this. I want to explain my point of view on things. I'm just gonna explain the Christian themes that I did see within the film. But was God being glorified in it? No, nah. If anything, hoodoo, voodoo, whichever it is, I think it's hoodoo, that was being more glorified than God. And I'm not gonna, let me just stop yapping. All right, this isn't gonna be in chronological order, but I'm just gonna explain what I saw. Also, spoiler alert, if you think this is about to be a spoiler free thing, no. So the twins, one ends up dying to the world, the other one, I presume, went to heaven. And you can see how it's like flesh versus spirit in a way. Stack was led into temptation with X that was actually also married and ended up dying to the world, literally trapped in his body forever because vampires. And when we look at Smoke was the more grounded individual out of the two of them, and he also had a hoodoo wife, prayer warrior, if you want to say. There was that I saw, but in the movie, this is how it was. God, hoodoo, because Annie, being the hoodoo person, was basically the spiritual guide within the movie and basically knew what was going on and had all the equipment, knowledge to help to save them, even though only one person survived, or two people technically survived that night, but then only one person survived that movie. Also, to even kill the vampires or anything like that, or just like fend them off, crosses were not used. I don't think even silver was used. Holy water wasn't used. It was actually some herb cook-up that Annie did. Not the usual things that you would see in the vampire movie. At least for me, I've never seen anything else not be used. I've constantly seen silver, holy water, cross, and the stake to the heart. That's about it. You can also see Christianity was used more as I kind of said before, less valued, more oppressive. Not saying that it hasn't been, because it has, but that's also part of the whole historical part of the movie. It's in the 1930s. I think it was the 1930s. Another thing, when Remick, I don't remember his name, but the vampire dude, when he was about to basically take Sam, bite him up, Sam started doing the Lord's Prayer, and a lot of people did not like this. They didn't like what was happening during the scene, and like some people actually walked out after this, saying the Lord's Prayer, and then the vampire starts saying it with him, saying, oh yeah, I hated it too, but it gave me comfort. It still gives me comfort somehow, and starts basically baptizing him in the water, and all of that you can clearly see is mocking God. But then what literally happens right afterwards, after Sammy does the whole prayer, even though all the vampires are reciting it with him, they all died, except for two, of course, if you didn't stay until the post-credit scene. They all died. Maybe it wasn't instantly after, but Smoke came, killed Brody, Sun also came up, and then he was then put into an inferno of fire. So would you say that the prayer worked? To me, yeah. They mock God. Look what happened to them. Christianity is also seen as more controlling because of what the dad said to Sam, being like, hey, you don't play the blues, don't do this, let go of it, follow God. But it's like, bro, he is talented. He can still use his gifts, literally bring the kingdom down and spread the gospel, all that type of stuff through music. Now, the gift that he has is that he's able to basically conjure up all different types of spirits, past and future. And I'm thinking about how like God gave him that gift, and that's why the devil, the vampire dude, wanted him specifically. He literally said in the movie multiple times, and also his dad warned him about this in the beginning of the movie before he left, saying, keep playing with the devil, he gonna come back up to where he gonna find where you live. he gonna come to your front door. What happens in the movie? Literally, like everything is connected within the movie. Time periods, all the historical background of it. Like, it's not a Christian movie. Yes, it's in the movie. Doesn't mean it is the foundation of the movie, which is why you're still able to take things from it, even if it's not what you would like at times or what is being perceived within like the movie. Because the thing that I thought about is, even though I may know things about, Christianity because I am a Christian, people that don't know, people that in fact hate it, that don't even understand to a deep enough level to why people even believe in it, and just take things as they are and how they see things, it will reinforce whatever ideas that they could have about Christianity. Because it's not like everything was more open-ended with some things, like the hoodoo lady being able to save everyone, but still everyone dying in the end. But whatever concoction she made to then throw at one of the vampires and then they start burning from it, that's when it's just like, But as I said before, Sam is talented. He's a talented individual. And it doesn't mean he can't use the literal talents that God gave him to spread the gospel, bring testimonies, whatever it is. So having his dad basically saying that he can't play the blues, which for context was considered devil's music by white people during that time frame, could make someone that isn't knowledgeable within the faith reinforce their bad taste on Christianity and all that type of stuff. Because you gotta think about, is this how enslaved people thought of things during that time frame? Do I know? No, I'm not a freaking historian, but I know some things. Just in general, music is such a strong thing. It can control people. It evokes emotion, which is why I get it. Moral of the whole movie: be careful who you let into your home. Be careful with who you let into your surroundings, your area, because if you don't know them, you don't know what they can bring. You don't know what plans they have for you. But even as I was watching the movie, it was clear as day that the vampires were just demons. The demons wanted Sam, but they also wouldn't mind taking everybody else too, because Sam had talent to be able to conjure up different spirits from past, present, future, whatever. And they're like, I want that. I want him specifically. And you can see that as people that are very talented, Satan wants them because they can see how God is trying to use them for his kingdom. And Satan's like, nah, I want him. Just because you're trying to make something good out of it, I'm gonna make sure that ain't nobody get to that kingdom. And I can't remember all the Christian things that like right now that I saw during like watching the movie, but you get the gist of what I'm saying, hopefully. And I feel like a lot of people just see things on how they want to see them, than seeing them as just surface level things and not trying to connect things in a deeper level. Instead of saying, it's like they're not, it's like people aren't using their brains at times. Now, it's not saying that every single person that watches this movie and are bashing it because they're Christian, that whatever they're saying isn't true. There are some things that are true about what they say, don't get me wrong, but in the end, you can still learn something from whatever movie you watch. But always watch things with discernment, and don't watch things that you're gonna fall, or do things that you're going to fall. The movie doesn't glorify God, but it also doesn't denounce him. And I also thought about how, Sammy came back to the church, came back to his home, and he's all, bloodied up. It's like he just, it's like when you say, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing to God, and then you go and do your own thing, and then you come back here, you're like, you're distraught, you don't know what to do, but you came back knowing that God is still there, even though you feel you didn't think he was gonna forgive you for that thing. But he still comes with you. He still comes to you with open arms because he knows. And it also, even after the credits with Sammy, how we don't actually see if Sammy kept his faith in God or not. It's still open-ended in the end because we didn't see it. When his dad was telling him to basically, drop the guitar, drop the music. I don't remember what he said, but basically, be with God. And then we cut to him just with the guitar still in his hand, but driving out again. Doesn't mean that he doesn't have faith in God. If anything, from what I would see if I was in that predicament, I would see that as, hey, even though I don't want to stay in this area, I'm gonna still keep my faith, and I'm gonna still be reading, I'm gonna still be putting my trust in God. But I don't know if this is what happened to him, but it was like I have a feeling that I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to do something more for God with what he's given me. Now, of course, these are all assumptions. I don't know what happened. Neither do you. You can only assume. Still a movie in the end. I know there's more things, but I can't remember everything that I thought of because I didn't write anything down either. I'm just speaking on memory and what I talked about with my girlfriend, my partner. But overall, moral of the story, if you're gonna watch this movie, watch it with discernment. As a Christian, just watch it with discernment. You'll see things that you'll like, that have Christian themes. You'll see many other things that are not Christian. In fact, literal scenes of, you know, freak shows. And what I also saw within the movie is that the devil is gonna always knock. Even at the end of your life, he will keep knocking at your door, whining you. But God wants you more, but he's not gonna force you to continue to choose him. Unlike the devil, he's gonna try and do everything in that he possibly can to get a hold of you. It's gonna seem annoying. It's gonna seem like, why are you still here? Leave! But you have the choice to continue to go to God. There is no middle ground. It's either one or the other. And if you haven't watched the movie, you don't plan on watching the movie, good for you. If that was your conviction, that was your conviction. I didn't know what I was getting into. But either way, I can't change what I watched or did. But I can learn from what I watched and what I have done. So please, for everybody, stop bashing each other. Stop it. It's not helping nobody. One person trying to act righteous, overly self-righteous. Another person saying, you're weird. Another person saying, shouldn't you feel strengthened that you can watch movies like this? Stop all the yapping, the bashing. Because if there's one thing that we are doing right now, it's conversation, which we should always be doing. It should be a constant thing, whether you watch the movie or not. But yeah, as of right now, I can't remember every single thing that I thought of, but I hope you're able to take something away from this video. Whether you're a famous person, you freaking Michael B. Jordan, if you're watching. But on a real note, if you watch the movie, if you haven't watched the movie, if you're able to still learn something from it, from this video, or from the movie, good or bad, you're still able to take something away from that movie, good for you. Just don't go at each other's necks just because somebody watched the movie and didn't watch the movie. Because in the end, from what I see things as, okay, bro, from what I see, I don't think God is going to send you to hell because of a movie you watched, especially when you still repent on the things that you do that are not godly. Continue to try and grow a closer relationship with him, etc. All sins can be forgiven except one. Judge righteously, yes, but always remember to look at yourself before you start judging. I'm gonna leave you with that. But thank you guys for watching. Whoever's watching, 5 people, 500 people, 5,000 people, 2 people, whoever's watching, thank you for watching. God bless. Comment down below what your thoughts, and I'll see you later.